Okay, so recently shared by the Eyewitness News saying Treasury scrapping VAT hike will leave a 75 billion rand gap over next 3 years. Hi, this is Vidashi Studios. Let's discuss Africa news and everything concerning Africa and the world at large. Well, we are on South Africa today. We all know that recently there have been some discussions concerning increment to VAT in South Africa, where the government have been trying to push that, and then people, or the good people of South Africa, also have been debating about that. Well, recently shared by the Treasury of South Africa saying that this scrapping of VAT hike can actually lead to around 75 billion gap in the South African economy in the next 3 years. Okay, but before we actually dive more inside this, well, see this. So these were shared by some South Africans when Eyewitness News shared this. They say, get rid of the VAT and you'll find there's no gap. Okay, and now this one also says, tell the ANC to stop stealing. All right, and again, this one also says that 75 billion rand will be recouped by SARS tax if empowered appropriately. There's a lot of tax dodgers who must be hunted down, and they cough out every penny that's squandered. The finance minister must resign in the meantime. All right, so these right here to us various takes from some South African people on how these issues actually affecting them and believed solutions that they are actually producing to this whole issue here. Okay, so as a South African out there too watching this, what actually solutions do you have for this, and how do you see this VAT increasement? I know these debates have been going on and off. Even some officials in the ANC are even saying that it won't actually come on, and they are trying to not introduce it anymore. I don't know, they actually propose it, and now they are also debating about this. That is politics though. I don't know how Africa politics work, but it's actually, I don't know how to say, what word should I use? It's like a cut and boost story, okay? It's like that. But as South African also, you too can share your point of view at the comment section. Let me see what you think. Now, how about we actually dive inside and see what is actually happening with this whole VAT scrap increasement, or what the Treasury is really talking about here. Let's go. So, shared by the Eyewitness News, they say scrapping VAT hike will leave a 75 billion rand gap over the next 3 years. So in an overnight media statement, the Treasury announced that the Finance Minister Enoch will be revising the decision to hike VAT. Now let's dive inside. So it says National Treasury said that the scrapping of the value added tax, that is VAT, increase will leave it with a 75 billion rand gap over the next 3 years. So it says VAT was due to be increased by 0.5 percentage points from next week Thursday, and another 0.5 percentage points next year. This would have seen VAT go up from 15% to 16% in 1 year. Wow. Okay, so in several public statements and even in court papers, Gadwenga repeatedly said that he could not reverse the VAT increase. The minister had also said that the Treasury could not find other ways to raise the required revenue to keep government running outside of increasing taxes. Wow. However, in this recent statement, the minister is singing a different tune. He said that Parliament will have to adjust its expenditure to cover the 75 billion rand shortfall. He said he had also considered input from political parties on how to achieve this. Okay, so this issue is actually, as I said, they actually don't know how. Now, they are saying that they don't know how to recoup that 75 billion rand into the economy to help fill the gaps it will leave. And so now they are saying that since the Treasury is actually not providing any allocation, and it's actually getting a little harder to tax the people to earn that at least that 1% increasement of VAT over 1 year, they are actually now planning to cut off Parliament expenditures to meet that 75 billion rand gap. Wow, that is from the Minister of Finance right there. So that is actually what is happening. Hopefully, they can actually get a different way out to curb this issue right here. As some South Africans were saying, though, they believe that it is all due to corruption and then all the mismanagement of funds that is getting all these highs coming out. They believe that it's not just increasing the VAT, but they need to do away with that one. And some people also believe that some people are also dodging taxes, that they need also to revise and then try to get them all on board so that they can fill these gaps, okay, for government to keep running. As a South African also, what's your take and what do you have about this issue? The name is Vidashi, and this is something concerning Africa, the world, and mostly South Africa also. Thank you for your time, and see you guys around.